My name is Abby Warren. I've been coming to this church my whole life, and I'm a senior in high school. I met Alyssa in 7th grade. We went to the same middle school, and just kind of been friends. I don't know, we're pretty close friends. We are in band together, so I see her literally every day, all the time. I started this Bible study with my friends and told, a couple people about it, and then it grew way faster than I thought it would. And then Alyssa heard about it and was like, hey, that's something I'm interested in, because I had invited her before, and she was just like, yeah, okay. And then she's like, yeah, I want to go. So she came to one of these Bible studies. I got to talk to her afterwards. She sat in my car, and she was just getting kind of emotional, just being like, I feel like my life doesn't have a purpose or whatever, just giving me all these things I've heard before from my life. And I was like, well, the thing that gives me a purpose and drives who I am is Jesus. It is the gospel. So I shared the gospel with her, and I was just like, this is where I find my hope and my identity. And honestly, it's never failed. I don't see why it would for you. And I was like, is this something you're interested in? She was like, yeah, that's something that I would for sure like to do. And so I prayed with her in my car, and I was like, how do you feel? And she was like, good. She was telling me about how since that day she's just had this sense of peace that she's never had in her life before, and it was just really cool to see. I was sitting in my car with her, and I'd kind of felt this conversation coming, and I was super excited about it, and so I was a little nervous. I was like, I don't want to mess this up. This is the most important decision of her life, so what if I mess it up or something? I prayed about it before we got into my car and started talking. And then I had this also similar sense of peace, just the truth is the truth. And if I just say what I know and say what I believe, then I can't do it wrong. So I think that was comforting for me, just being I know what the gospel says, and all I have to do is tell her what I believe, and then she can accept it for herself. After our conversation, I think kind of started having those similar thoughts of being what if I didn't say enough, or didn't do the right thing, and she misunderstands the gospel or something like that. And I just kind of reminded that it's my job to present it, and then Jesus will change your heart. It's not me. If you're gonna share the gospel with people, if you're gonna want other people to believe it, you really have to believe it yourself. And so I think that not my faith was confirmed, but it was deepened throughout all of this. When you share the gospel with people and when you see them come to Jesus, it's such a cool moment to be seeing God use you in those types of ways.